You shouldn't reach the end of 2026 feeling like you've lived another year on autopilot. You know you're underperforming, and that hurts more than any external criticism. It hurts to look at your life and feel that other people, less prepared than you, are achieving what was meant to be yours. It hurts to realize how many days were swallowed up by your phone, how many dreams died because you were tired, how many opportunities slipped away while you said, "I'll start tomorrow." Time is charging high interest for your delay, and regret is already knocking at the door. But this video isn't about improve your habits or be more productive. That's too small a thing for someone born for a big change. Here, you'll discover the 3 simple pillars that truly change a life, the pillars that transform who you are, not just what you do. And when you understand that, 2026 stops being just another year and becomes the year everything changes. Have you ever noticed how every year you promise yourself that big turning point in your life and poof, nothing really changes? It's like waking up in 2026 with the feeling of reliving your story. Your mind starts with promises. I'll start on Monday. Next month it'll happen. After summer vacation. Seriously, it'll be different. You even convince yourself you're on the right track, but you continue in the same routine that leads nowhere. Time goes by and you remain still, waiting for courage to fall from the sky. It's like clicking that "remind me later" button eternally. But while you wait for the perfect moment, your life goes by without asking permission. Let's face it, you deserve more than waiting for your own turning point. And there's something else you know well. The addiction to quick dopamine. You watch a motivational video, feel that flame ignite, and think you've already changed something. But soon you're back scrolling through your feed without taking any real action. And then the year passes again. You almost started the project, almost changed jobs, almost transformed your life, but almost nothing changes. It's like building a house and always stopping at the beginning, living on a construction site. There's a lack of clarity about what you really want, and those who don't know where they want to go end up accepting any destination. The truth is, planning is comfortable. What's really difficult is starting, especially when you don't believe you can see it through to the end. And look, aren't you tired? Not physically, but tired of repeating the same cycles, tired of looking at your own life and thinking, "I could be doing so much better than this." Regret creeps in softly, disguised as excuses. But deep down, discipline weighs heavily today. Regret weighs heavily for years. The good news, the game is still on. And 2026 is just around the corner, giving you one last call. Hey, you can do things differently this time. Life doesn't let you pause. Every day that passes, you're making a choice, even when it seems like you're not choosing anything. And what if that turnaround you've been waiting for starts now? There comes a moment in life when it truly clicks. You understand that the change you so desire for 2026 doesn't depend on more motivational phrases, but on a profound shift in who you believe yourself to be. Motivation is like a match. It lights up and goes out quickly. Identity is like an ember. It heats up slowly, but remains lit. If you see yourself as someone who always fails, your actions will confirm that narrative day after day. But if you change that internal lens and begin to see yourself as someone who fulfills their promises, your attitudes will naturally align with that. It's almost magic, but it's actually behavioral science. When you assume a new identity, even small steps have power. The true transformation happens from within before it appears on the outside. This is the first step to transforming your life in 2026. And this step begins with a simple decision, allowing yourself to be more than you have been. Because those who don't change on the inside don't change on the outside. Imagine someone who wants to be healthy. If they define themselves as someone trying to lose weight, every meal becomes a battle, every exercise a punishment, every choice a source of stress. But when they affirm, "I am a person who takes care of my body," everything changes perspective. The decision to live better is already made before the plate even reaches the table. This same principle applies to those who want to start a business, make new friends, create content, or change careers. You don't achieve a new life with the same mental software from the past. It's like trying to run a new game on a slow computer that crashes just by opening the browser. The current version of you was enough to get you this far, and that's already incredible. But it won't be enough to deliver the turnaround you want to see in 2026. So there comes a point where continuing as you are becomes too expensive. What separates those who change from those who remain stuck in the past? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not money. It's the courage to assert a new identity and act accordingly, even when no one is watching, even when the results seem slow. There's a version of you in the future living the life you've always dreamed of, with more freedom, security, purpose, and self-pride. That version is rooting for you now, waiting for small actions that build giant changes, because every micro-decision says who you are choosing to be. So tell me, who do you decide to be from now on? Perhaps this simple positioning will guide you to the biggest turning point in your life in 2026. Because in the end, your life obeys the identity you choose to wear every day. There is a simple yet powerful method to finally build the turning point in your life in 2026. It starts with something many people ignore: non-negotiable decisions. You know that list full of goals that looks great in January and terrifying in February? Well, it doesn't work. Because when you try to change everything at once, nothing changes. Real life demands focus. A single central goal, so important that nothing distracts you from it. If it's your body you want to change, everything has to revolve around that. If it's money, decisions need to respect that priority. A good rule is, if it doesn't bring you closer to your goal, move it away. And if it moves away, you cut it off. Non-negotiable is what you do even on the worst day. Even when you don't feel like it. It's the decision that shouts louder than excuses. When you commit to something like that, your turnaround stops being a promise and becomes a commitment to your own story. But a big decision is useless if you don't put it into practice. Daily micro-victories in the game. This is where progress gains speed. Slowly. Paradoxical? Yes, and extremely real. A small habit, repeated every day, completely changes your life in a year. 5 minutes of reading becomes 10 books. 20 minutes of exercise becomes a new body. 30 minutes studying a new language makes you fluent. You don't need a perfect day. You need habits that work even on your worst day. Just imagine, if every 24 hours you do just one thing that brings you closer to your 2026 milestone, you'll already be leaving behind 99% of the people who wait to sunset feel ready. Micro-victories build self-confidence. The more you win today, the more you believe you will win tomorrow. That's how progress becomes a lifestyle and stops being just one day's luck. And there is a pillar that few realize, but which completely changes the course of life. Environments that drive growth. You are the result of what you tolerate around you. If you live surrounded by people who complain, you start to complain. If you associate with those who dream big and act big, you grow along with them. Is your environment today pulling you up or holding you back? Changing influences is like upgrading the system. Everything runs faster, more smoothly. Follow those who are already living the transformation you want. Participate in groups that speak the language of your evolution. A simple change of environment can accelerate your turning point in 2026, more than years of solitary effort. Your results are a direct consequence of the environment you choose to live in. That's when life starts to respond differently. And that's when a news story finally gains momentum. There's a truth no one likes to face. How much does it cost to waste another year? Have you noticed that the last 5 years have passed in the blink of an eye? And if you continue at this pace, the next 5 will pass too. The difference is that later on, the price will be higher, because the time you lose doesn't come back. The opportunities you postpone until tomorrow disappear. And when you realize it, 2026 has arrived and nothing has changed in your life except the calendar. It's cruel, yes. It's uncomfortable, yes. But ignoring this pain solves nothing. Regret accumulates like debt, silent yet devastating. And the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. Life doesn't give discounts to those who delay action. You know that thought. There's still time. Well, it's the biggest thief of your turnaround. The math of regret is simple. Discipline hurts for a few minutes, but regret hurts for years, sometimes for a lifetime. You might escape the pain of effort, but you can't escape the pain of knowing you could have been someone so much greater. Imagine looking in the mirror and realizing you fell behind in your own story, that you didn't honor your own potential. There's no worse feeling. Time is the most democratic resource in the world. Everyone gets 24 hours a day. The difference isn't how much time you have, but how you use it. And there's more. If nothing changes by March, statistics show that the year is already over. Most people give up on their plans before the end of the first quarter. They don't fail in the middle of the journey. They fail at the beginning. And if this continues to happen, your life will become a museum of intentions and dreams hanging on the wall. 2026 could be the year you break this cycle once and for all. Or it could just be another chapter in the same story you're tired of reading. The truth is harsh. Your turnaround doesn't depend on the arrival of the new year. It depends on what you choose to do before the new year arrives. So, what will you choose? There's a version of you out there in the future who has already achieved everything that seems distant today. A life with more freedom, pride, and security. This version wakes up every day with peace of mind and a sincere smile, knowing they are living exactly what they always wanted. But this version didn't appear out of nowhere. It was born from choices made when no one was watching. Every small action you take today is building that future. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, it's as if your 2026 self is watching the behind the scenes of your transformation and cheering for your courage. They already know you can do it because they've already experienced the results of the changes you're still thinking about making. When you procrastinate, they sigh. When you act, they celebrate like at a championship final. The future is much more connected to the present than you imagine. The transformation doesn't begin when the year changes. It begins when you change. And that's exactly why you can no longer pretend you don't know your own potential. Life is asking for your active participation in the next phase of your story. When you think about giving up, this version of the future whispers that it's worth continuing. Life doesn't transform all at once. It changes in small daily adjustments. It's the micro decisions you make now, getting up when the alarm goes off, studying even when tired, training even when unmotivated, that shape the outcome later on. Each choice brings you closer to or further away from the turning point you so desire to experience in 2026. If you want a simple guide, ask yourself before any action, does this bring me closer to the life I want, or does it keep me trapped in the life I want to leave behind? This awareness completely changes how you see your day. What was just laziness now becomes self-sabotage. What was just discipline now becomes freedom. The more you live like someone who has already won, the more the world begins to treat you like someone who deserves to win. It's a psychological game that transforms perception into reality. And when your identity changes, the results don't take long to appear. What hurts the most isn't the exhaustion of trying to change. It's laying your head on the pillow and knowing you're wasting your own life while watching less prepared people achieve what you desire. It hurts to see friends growing professionally while you're still planning. It hurts to see people traveling, creating businesses, improving their bodies, while you're still waiting for the perfect moment. It hurts to look in the mirror and feel that your best version is trapped behind excuses that no longer make sense. 2026 will arrive, and if you do nothing, it will just be another year watching success happen in other people's lives. The life you dream of is becoming afraid that you'll never pursue it. With each postponement, you lose confidence in yourself, and that's devastating. You know you deserve more, but it always seems like something is missing. The truth is, nothing is missing except a decision. The turning point never comes for those who only wait. It comes for those who face the pain and go anyway. And the regret of not acting now may be the worst wound you'll carry in the future. So, now that you know the truth, tell me, are you going to keep watching your life unfold, or are you going to take the wheel before it's too late? 2026 could be the year you finally honor all the potential you've been hiding, or it could just be another blank page in a story you never truly wrote. There's no turning point without action. There's no new life without a new you. What are you going to do today that your future self will thank you for on their knees? From now on, you can no longer say you don't know where to start, because you already have the 3 pillars. So comment here. What part of your life are you going to transform first? Your body, your mindset, your career, your freedom? I want to know where this new chapter begins. Now, if you want to keep evolving, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and come with me to build the biggest turnaround of your life. 2026 is coming, and you won't arrive the same.